Our planet's climate once followed a steady, reliable rhythm. Seasons changed, rains arrived, and life adapted. For generations, this predictability shaped our civilizations and gave us confidence to plan ahead. But now, that rhythm is breaking down. Weather has become erratic, swinging from one extreme to another. The gentle waltz of the seasons is replaced by chaos, droughts, floods, and storms that defy expectations. Scientists call this new reality climate whiplash, rapid, violent shifts between extremes. One month brings record droughts, the next, catastrophic floods. This is not a distant threat, it's happening now, everywhere. In this video, we'll explore climate whiplash, what it is, why it's happening, and who suffers most. We'll visit places like the US and East Africa to see the impacts firsthand. We'll look at the science behind these swings and the difficult truths about who bears the burden. And finally, we'll ask, what can we do to restore balance in a world where the climate's rhythm is lost? Climate whiplash means being violently thrown from one weather extreme to another. Imagine a region suffering through a brutal drought, then suddenly, torrential rains flood the land. The parched earth can't absorb the water, turning rain into disaster. These aren't normal seasonal changes, they're record-breaking events, back to back. Droughts destroy crops and fuel wildfires, then floods sweep away what's left. This relentless cycle is happening worldwide, from North America to East Africa. The core problem, our climate, is losing its balance. Instead of moderation, we get longer, harsher extremes. The middle ground of normal weather is shrinking. Rain becomes a threat, sunshine becomes a hazard. This is the new pattern, one that tests the limits of nature and human resilience. We must confront this reality. The era of gentle, predictable weather is over. North Carolina 2024, a textbook case of climate whiplash. The year began with record warmth and a freeze-free season, drying out the land. Then came a flash drought in June, devastating crops. Corn losses alone cost $302 million. Wildfires followed, burning over 17,000 acres. Just as the state reeled from drought and fire, Hurricane Helene struck. Fueled by warm oceans, it dumped over 30 inches of rain in some areas. The hardened ground couldn't absorb it. Floods and landslides caused $53.6 billion in damage and claimed 104 lives. North Carolina swung from desperate for water to being destroyed by it, with no time to recover. This relentless sequence shows how quickly climate extremes can devastate a region. The lesson climate whiplash delivers one disaster after another, leaving communities reeling. There's no pause, no chance to rebuild. The new climate reality is a brutal, unending cycle, and it's happening everywhere. California's story is a dramatic example of climate whiplash. Years of drought kill millions of trees, turning forests into tinderboxes. Then, atmospheric rivers unleash torrents of rain and snow. Too much, too fast. Lake Oroville swung from 27% capacity in 2021 to nearly overflowing 2 years later. Wet winters fuel rapid plant growth, but record hot summers dry it all out, setting the stage for massive wildfires. In 2024, the Park Fire burned over 350,000 acres in just 3 days. Drought and deluge prevent forests from recovering, pushing them toward collapse. Dead trees become fuel for the next fire, and the cycle repeats. Californians swing from water rationing to evacuations as infrastructure is pushed to its limits. The state's natural assets, sunshine, forests, mountains, are now sources of danger. California's whiplash is a warning for us all. Climate whiplash hits hardest in the world's poorest regions. In East Africa, Somalia endured its worst drought in 40 years. Crops failed, livestock died, millions faced hunger. At the same time, Kenya was devastated by floods that killed dozens and displaced thousands. The region contributes less than 3% of global emissions, yet suffers some of the worst impacts. With few resources, recovery is nearly impossible. Families lose everything, and the next disaster is always looming. Unlike wealthier nations, there's little insurance or government aid. Climate whiplash deepens poverty and inequality, trapping communities in a cycle of loss. The injustice is stark. Those who did least to cause the problem pay the highest price. This is the cruel reality of climate change. Why is our weather so extreme? The answer is global warming. Burning fossil fuels has trapped heat in our atmosphere, raising Earth's temperature to record highs. A warmer world holds more moisture, fueling heavier rains and more intense storms. Hurricanes like Helene are stronger and wetter, while droughts last longer and dry out the land. When rain finally comes, the baked ground can't absorb it. Floods follow. The same warming that worsens droughts also makes floods more severe. Climate change is also disrupting the jet stream, causing weather patterns to stall. Heat waves and storms linger, amplifying extremes. The stable climate we once knew is gone. Now we face a world of wild, unpredictable swings. This is the science behind climate whiplash. Climate whiplash is global, but its impacts are deeply unequal. Wealthy nations have resources, insurance, emergency services, strong infrastructure to recover from disaster. When North Carolina was hit, billions in aid and support flowed in. In Kenya, families faced floods alone, with little help and fragile infrastructure. Each disaster pushes vulnerable communities deeper into poverty. Climate whiplash widens the gap between rich and poor, fueling migration and long-term hardship. The greatest injustice. Those suffering most contributed least to the crisis. True climate justice means wealthy nations must help poorer ones adapt and recover. The burden must be shared more fairly. Climate whiplash is not just a weather crisis, it's an engine of inequality. The world must respond with compassion and responsibility. Climate whiplash is pushing nature and society to the brink. Forests can't recover from back-to-back droughts and wildfires. Biodiversity is lost. Water supplies suffer. Farmers face impossible choices as crops are destroyed by drought, then floods. Food security is threatened. Prices rise and shortages spread. Human health suffers. Heat waves cause illness. Wildfires pollute the air. Floods contaminate water. Mental health crises follow disaster and displacement. Infrastructure, roads, power, water can't keep up with constant emergencies. In 2024, the U.S. faced $27 billion climate disasters. Resources are drained, leaving little for building a safer future. The cost of inaction grows with every swing of the climate. We live in a world defined by climate whiplash, chaotic, dangerous, and unpredictable. The science is clear. This is the result of a warming planet, driven by human activity. We must adapt by building resilient infrastructure, improving early warning systems, and changing how we farm and manage forests. Adaptation is essential, but it's not enough. We must also tackle the root cause: fossil fuel emissions. The future depends on a rapid shift to clean, renewable energy. This requires global cooperation, innovation, and political will. Justice demands that wealthy nations support those most affected, sharing technology and funding adaptation. We are all in this together, on one planet. The storms of climate whiplash are a warning. Act now, or face even greater chaos. With urgency and compassion, we can find a path to a safer, more stable future. The time to act is now. Our planet's rhythm depends on it.